We are back. I'm gonna get this piled up and then we're gonna light a fire. Right out here in the middle is the plan. We got a little bit of rain last night, about an hour's worth, so it's good and moist, which is good for fires. Gonna try to be as minimal as possible twisting and turning. It's inevitable with the size of project we got here, but I'm gonna try. I want to get this a little more over here, away from the trees. That'll work. I like it. I might push it to my left a little more. I got those cedar trees there to my right. These things are like a freaking match. Yeah, I like it. I like that right there. Let's gather up some of this and then we will light a blaze. Fred's out front right now cutting down some trees, and we're gonna get them over here and start burning. Clean up this lagoon. We got a graded driveway too. It's a small one. I'm not gonna show that one. This video is gonna be more about the fire and the lagoons. Trying to keep it interesting. You know what? This is gonna be a pain taking them from this side. I'm gonna come around the other side and get them. So the only time I've ever broken a windshield in a skid steer is doing grapple work. Now I'm not gonna break this. This is a forestry door, but in my old Bobcat, I was doing grapple work like this, and I was pushing into a pile, and you see how that tree right there, that cedar, I was pushing and I kept pushing. This when I was a rookie, not that I'm any kind of pro, and it came up and got the window. So you gotta be careful doing grapple work, is what I'm getting at. This grapple I'm using, it's a Jenkins. I've had it for years. I haven't had a lick of trouble out of it. Just a great grapple. I like this one because it's also a root bucket, or a rock bucket. That's what I'm looking for. So you can go through, you can sift through dirt. Dirt will fall down through the tines and the rock stays in the bucket. It's pretty handy. And I do have sides that go on it that turns it into a bucket. I don't keep them on when I'm doing this kind of work because it makes grappling a little bit harder, so. We'll get a decent little pile going. Actually, I may go ahead and light this now. Let's see what we got here. I don't want this fire to get too big, because we do got neighbors. So kind of an interesting situation. So we called in locates for this job. We called 811. There was internet and electric that was notified. And I know 100% that electric is buried out here because there's transformers at the road, there's nothing overhead, and our meter's on the back of the house. Well, the local electric company gave us the all clear. They didn't even come out. So I guess we're gonna go for it. We got the all clear. We'll dig with caution, but I'm like 99% sure there's not gonna be anything where we're at. I just always do this I always get locates no matter what. It's free, so you might as well do it. So I just found it interesting that they called the all clear when obviously there's something buried. I'm not worried about that burn barrel. We're getting rid of that. I just knocked it over. I got some junk to haul off for. Alright, this pile's big enough. Let's get this on here and we're gonna light it up. We can multitask, we have the fire going, tend the fire, keep it stirred up, keep feeding it while we're working. That is an ideal situation. The trees Fred's taking out in the front are rather large. I'm gonna cut the stumps off and haul them home. Cause light her up. All right, I got me a cocktail of a little bit of diesel fuel and used a motor oil on there. I'm gonna keep this fire small. All right, I gotta get up front and start moving limbs for Fred. He's making some good progress up there. Yeah, that's gonna go. Let's go move some limbs. And Fred is not messing around. Better get moving. I got diesel fuel all over my hands. I'm gonna swing by the truck and grab a hand wipe. I wanna get diesel fuel all over my brand new 335. Let me show you guys what I use to wipe my hands. These right here, we get them from our local store, Menards. They're awesome because you don't have to ride around all day with dirty hands. I'm a pretty boy operator. I like to have nice things and not be getting fuel and oil all over my controls. Boom. Backing out into a county road, so I gotta watch for traffic. I'll fix all this before we leave. What I'm tracking up. Tread lightly. That's our motto. I'm trying to track in the same spots. That way, at least the whole yard's not torn up. I got my power rig with me too. We'll be back out here tomorrow. Hopefully it'll be dry enough I can clean up after myself. I'm gonna grab some more cedars. This fire isn't quite hot enough yet. Those cedars burn a lot easier. So come over here. I've still got to cut these trees off the fence line. Making a mess. That's a pain in the butt. that should help. I'm gonna go grab. You know what? I'm just gonna do a little turnaround spot here, so I'm not backing in and out constantly. So I'll turn around in the same spot every time. We'll fix it. Smoldering now. This is what I like about this 335. Look how fast it is. You can cover some ground in this bad boy. This driveway here is the one we're going to be fixing. It's tiny. It's only 50 by 20. We already got a load of rock on the truck for it. Doing a balancing act with that stump. I'll back this one all the way in. Is my fire struggling? What the heck? That's not cool. I got some more oil. I'll dump a little more motor oil on there. Oh, she's going. It's crackling and popping in there. Oh yeah, we're good. It's just deep down in there. She'll go. We'll leave her be. I've got this pile back here I didn't show you. We got to move this and burn this as well. This is good and dry, so it just dawned on me, why don't I move this over here and get this really dry wood going. The Limb Cruncher 3000. Man, putting out some smoke now. It's freaking bellowing. Looks like we got a little bit of trash in there. Huh. Yeah, there's a little bit of bonus items in there. It looks like she didn't tell me about that. Darn it. Well, no. I guess we'll let it burn. There's a dang old recliner in there. This fire's not looking too good, is it? I'm gonna dig through this pile for a minute and see what's in here. She told me it was just brush. I didn't realize there was stuff in there. Oh yeah. Oh, it's a sectional. Nice. You know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and burn it. It'll be alright. That's what we do in the country. We burn stuff. bellowing still. Alright, I don't really want to stack much more on here. I don't want this fire to get too big. Might have to let it burn down for a minute. Just leave this be for a minute. Yeah. Man, look at that truck. Isn't that awesome? I love those old Fords. That truck is sweet. Another pile right here. I don't want this fire to get too big. Let's do some playing. I want to see if this 335 will push over this tree. Let's see if it will. I'm curious. Watch this. Oh goodness, yeah, it will. All Fred's in the way. I don't want to push that towards the house. That's definitely coming out of the ground. Let me go around and see. Watch. Fred's digging a stump right now. Watch this. You get up high like this, and then you push. Use the leverage of the tree, and it pops the whole stump and everything out. Look at that. Boom. Of course, you're not going to do that with an oak tree. That's a given. And guys, I'm not a, what word am I looking for? I'm not a tree guy or an arborist, so I couldn't tell you what kind of tree this is. That's how you remove a tree. Boom! Maybe I should offer tree services. You know what? I should do that. Ron's Tree Service. Let's go throw this on the pile. Check it out. I love this machine. When you got the weight and the power to get stuff done. Hit my fence earlier. I gotta fix it. My pile's getting rather large. I'm not gonna throw this on there yet. I got multiple piles going here so I can feed the fire as we're working. Boom. Done. I'm gonna start gathering up the rest of this stuff from the lagoon here. So we are back. We'll be here a few hours today. We got a little bit of work left to do. We did a lot of stuff out here. We didn't quite get done yesterday, but we'll get her done today. We ended up hauling off. There was a bunch of junk around that shed. I hauled off a whole dump truck load of that. It was 1,500 pounds worth of stuff, believe it or not. And cleaned up a little bit of extra brush around the wood lines, and it's been a good project, but we'll be done today. We're gonna get this reignited and get it going again. This pile was huge, and now the ground is pretty hard. It's cold out. I'm gonna get all this cleaned up. Fred took some time yesterday and got the rest of this all cleaned out. I didn't get any video of it, but I'm gonna bring the power rake in here, get all this power raked up real nice, get it looking good. Every bit of the stumps and everything's out of here, so this is gonna look really nice. And that's it. I got more to do up in there, but that's a whole nother thing. Let's see, after this, man, I'll have to look at my schedule and see where we're going next. We got a lot to do. I know tomorrow me and Fred, we're gonna be splitting up. I have to go backfill a trench for Ameren. He has to go do some work for a repeat customer. Yeah, we just got a lot going on, but let's get this going. Let's get this finished up. All right, so I've been power raking. I power raked this area and up around the house. I'm gonna start working on this area here. My initial plan was to come through here with that grapple and that rock bucket and sift out all the sticks and stuff, but it's cold out and this stuff is not pulverizing. See that? With that grapple. So what I plan on doing is run through here, get everything busted up and kind of semi-leveled out with the power rake, throw the grapple back on, and I'll sift through, get all the rocks out. Fred's gonna assist me as well with that, and get to it. So let's get moving with this power rake. my goal here is to basically just clean up after ourselves. This is way out, basically out in her field. She does mow this, but it's not like a golf course lawn, so we're not here to make things perfectly level and all that kind of thing. I'm just cleaning up after myself. But this is what that power rake did with just a couple passes. I love that rake. It saves us so much time and allows us to leave a really nice product. And I always preach it, tread lightly, don't leave a mess, things like that. And this tool really helps with that. We are all done. Sorry I didn't get any video of us grading out here. I actually had to peel out early. I had to go get my DOT physical for my CDL. So Fred stayed behind and kind of tidied up. But Fred's gone, excavator's gone. I came back to tidy up a little bit up there, load up and get out of here. The sun's going down, as you can see. Pretty evening actually. But this is it. I'm happy with this. Customer's happy. Mission accomplished. And question for you guys. These cattails are always a struggle. Is there a product or something out there that will kill these things to where they won't come back? Because we've taken on a couple projects now. We clean cattails out of a pond and a lagoon, and they always seem to come back. And I don't like to do a job for a customer just to do it to make money. And I didn't volunteer or offer to take these out and charge her for that, because I know with the history of us doing that, they always just come right back. So before anybody says, why are the cattails still in there? That's why. It wasn't part of the job. So guys, I just move dirt and I dig and I drive trucks. I'm not a plant guy, or whatever word I'm looking for. So is there a product that would kill those permanently to where my customer doesn't have to deal with this? Let me know. And let's address this right now. So obviously this lagoon is low. It's way low. It should be, you know, almost up to that overflow pipe. But this lagoon is right sized for that home. Well, the situation in the home changed and there's not as many occupants in there. And that is why this thing doesn't have much water in it. So yes, I'm aware that's why the cattails are in there, but it is what it is, and this is the way it's always going to be, unless you got the lagoon rebuilt smaller, which doesn't make much sense. And honestly, there is a minimum size of, here in Missouri, there's a minimum size of 900 square foot for a lagoon. I haven't measured that, but it's so many square foot per bedroom. I think it's 440 square foot of water surface per bedroom. It's a calculation. I actually went through septic class and learned all that and then never did it. I jumped the gun and thought I was going to be a poop guy and changed my mind. I don't want to mess around with that crap, literally. Anyway, so we are done. I need to load up and get out of here. That pile there, that is all that's left, and I'm gonna come back in a few months and load that up and get it out of here for her. And when I come back, I'm gonna do some forestry mulching for her. We're booked out several months, guys, so I'm trying to be as efficient as I can. I would love to stay and forestry mulch all this for her, but we gotta go. So we're coming back, is what I'm getting at. In the future, I'm going to bring the excavator back. I'm going to load all that up, get it out of here, and then I'm going to throw the forestry mulcher on the excavator while I'm here and knock back this wood line for her. That way she can mow it real nice. So that is it. I'm going to load up and get out of here. Guys, thank you so much for the support and the love and sticking around to the end of the video on here. It means the world to us. And if you got anything out of this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you guys on the next one.